How did you identify your co-occurring difficulties?
I knew, because I have battled with my mum and dad for ages, saying, I can't hold the knife and fork the way you hold it. They hold their knife in their right hand, I hold my fork in my right hand. That, oh my god, that made me so happy then. No, I don't do it the way people do it. And with dyspraxia, you hold things differently, and your brain doesn't work with your hands as well as you want it to. So when you're writing is poor sometimes because your brain isn't telling your hand what it wants to do, but at the same time you still think it's just, normal. And it is, but it's not at the same time, and you know that. So I think it's quite nice to know that not everyone, but some people have it, and it's not just you that is, like your brain isn't working, but it is. It's just not quite as, that the passageway needs to be fit. It's a bit like spokes on a bicycle. If you don't have two spokes, then the wheel might go. You need those two extra pathways to be able to get to the handwriting nicely. And it will build. It just needs to be built like a bridge. It needs to be one plank at a time, slowly, and then you'll get it.
What did you do to support yourself?
Usually people go, here's this like grip on a pencil. They help, they do, but I think people also go on, write on the computer, and that's not helping, because it's good for assessments and stuff when you want it to be neat and readable or whatever, but I think children need to carry on handwriting because it's still very good for the brain, and that is helping you, it's helping you get those pathways. And if you just write on the computer all the time, you won't get the pathways. With balance and stuff, I was always very, very bad at balancing and catching balls. So me and my mum would stand on a wobble board, and we would try and do lots of things at once. So that's also helping with the auditory processing by having to focus on your feet, balancing on the wobble board, focusing on where the ball is going to be, and occasionally we say like 1, 2, 3, which is also another thing for your brain to think about. So that's helping when you're catching, that's helping with your dyspraxia, and when you think about lots and lots of things, it's helping with the auditory processing. So it all goes down to repetitive exercises, I think.
Did you have to do an assessment for dyspraxia?
I went to a hospital and I had to do little exercises like holding a knife and fork and cutting and stuff. And in the very, very beginning, when I was little, I would put the fork in front and the knife behind, so I'd be really kind of a bit, hard to do stuff. And I've learned how to do stuff better, but still in my own way. Like, I do still hold my knife and fork the opposite way to everyone else.
What does being neurodiverse mean to you?
It means pathways to me. It means you've opened up a different way of thinking. And it's not a bad word. It's not at all.